Hi everyone, another week, another exciting update. So let's quickly go through some of the new additions in this week's update. So the first thing that we can look at is I'm just going to place an object in the scene. And now we have simplified the ability to manipulate an object on any of these axes. So you see like right now I can uniformly scale it and I can uniformly rotate it around the y-axis. But if I simply just tap on the scale, you now see you have three options here, X, Y, Z, and now I can scale any object easily on any of these axes. And then I can just simply tap back and do the same for rotate. So I can rotate it now on any of um, the axes that I care about. And this also applies to each instance. So if I place another one, I can rotate this one differently or size it differently if I want. And of course, I can apply it to all as well. Then the other thing that we've also added is a much more powerful physics system. So let's see how that works. So I'm just going to add a simple shape. And now with this new physics system, you'll see that there are three options over here: character, pushable, and simple. And what this enables you to do is that any object can become anything and you can control it how you want. So as an example, I'm going to first make this cube pushable. And now you see you have those same parameters and you can also adjust the gravity on it. So now when I go play, this cube can now be pushed around freely. But what if instead of being pushable, I want to control this cube like a character? Then I simply add the character physics onto it. And now I can see that I'll get a bunch of new movement options. So I can add the move option, which is similar to how you could do it last time. But now I can also add the jump option onto it. So now when I hit play, let me just quickly change the camera angle. Now when I hit play, when I hit jump, both the cube and my character can jump. And then, of course, I can simply just make the camera follow this cube instead. And now have a game where I am controlling a cube. Now, you can't just, I mean, you don't just have to add this onto cubes, you've also added some fun new animals. So now I can add in maybe a cow. I can do the same thing to it. It's already a character. I can get rid of its default wander behavior. I can make it move and I can make it jump. Now all I need to do is set the follow to follow my cow. Maybe just disable the character, and now I have a game where I am controlling and making a cow run around. So very easy now to kind of take any object and convert it into any other type of object or make it do what you want. Very easily, I can also now just simply, now you see the character can, physics can currently not be deleted. That's because it has these two move and jump behaviors on it. Once you delete those, then I can delete the character and now make it a pushable if I want. So I can now make it a pushable. I'm going to reactivate my player, make it follow my player. Now when I go hit play, I can now push this cow around. And maybe I want this cow to kind of like fall around as I push it. It's going to make it into a ball. And now there goes our cow. All right. In addition to that, all of these physics that I just kind of like showed you, pushable, character, all of them are accessible and adjustable via the rule system, right? So in this object, which is the player right now, you'll see it has this new character physics, and you can adjust all these things on it. If I go on the cow and I do the same thing, which has the pushable physics, you'll see that you have a different set of options. So inside pushable, you have a different set of options, which is this ability to add force, torque, adjust its mass or its gravity. And then the final type of physics that we have is just basically just simple physics. And simple physics allows you to position the object wherever you want. It does not respond to gravity, but it does detect collisions. And simply what you would do is you'd be able to choose simple from here and then set its rotation, make it move, or make it look at in a particular direction. In addition to that, you'll also see that every object now has this new collisions rule on it, and this allows you to quickly set whether an object should you should be able to pass through an object or not. So right now I can't pass through the cow, right? But if I just quickly change this to yes, then I can now pass through this cow. So this is also again very useful for building triggers or creating whatever sort of gameplay that you want to do. So the things we've looked at is physics. We've looked at the new animals, and we've looked at the new per axis manipulation for any object. And now one more thing that we have added to the rule system is a very useful new block. So one very common use case is this, right? So we can let's just add a very common rule, and it's like when game score equals to say 10, then you want something to happen, and you want something to happen only at that moment, right? So I want it to perhaps show a piece of text. So I'm going to say show text low. All right. So now with this thing is that the intention is that you want this to happen only when the score changes to 10, but right now it will happen as long as the score is equal to 10. So it'll happen basically 30 times a second, and you'll see this thing up here, which is essentially the same text showing over and over on top of itself. So what we've done is we've added now a new token, which is called the oncify token, which allows you to essentially enable a certain condition to trigger only the first time it changes. So all you have to do is I'm going to say result of 1, and you'll see this new token over here, oncify, and I just add that in, and now it will behave as I want. You see now the text shows only once. This is again a very useful thing that avoids any need for Boolean gymnastics, which you had to do previously, where you had to set a flag and then check the status of that flag and accordingly do something once. Now you can simply just use this oncify token. And another request that we've had that we've now added in is we've improved the hashtag and profile pages. So now you can scroll through and you can actually see the descriptions of the games, and you can also remix and share the games directly from here. And these also apply to the hashtag pages as well. So I'm excited to see what everyone builds with this new update.